the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Marielle Carbone. We'll get right to your top stories in just a minute, but first let's get over to meteorologist Jackie Lair with a quick check on our forecast. Good morning, Jackie.
Yeah, good morning, Marielle. Later on today, we're going to be tracking that threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms at times, similar to what we had yesterday, where we have those heavier downpours too. So there is that flood watch that'll go into effect at 2 p.m. and that'll hold till midnight tonight. Now, today's flood watch includes more of our area compared to yesterday. So this also extends back out towards the west, including the Shenandoah Valley, even down towards Culpeper and Orange, even up towards Frederick County, Maryland, also included in this flood watch for later on this afternoon. Also have that severe threat, that slight risk, 2 out of 5 on that severe scale for much of the area today. The main threats with those thunderstorms later on will be the gusty to damaging winds, but then we're also looking at that flood threat too, with some clusters of heavy downpours pushing in. And we could see those clusters move over the same area repeatedly, and that could at least enhance that threat for some localized flash flooding. So notice between 4 p.m. and all the way through at least 8 p.m. we have that rain continuing to slide its way across the area, weakening and finally fizzling out later on tonight by midnight. But I'll have more details timing out the rest of that 7-day coming up.
And new this morning in Maryland, Prince George's County Police are investigating a deadly hit and run in Oxon Hill. This happened early this morning near the intersection of Wheeler Road and Birch Lane Tree. Police say they found an unconscious man on the road. He died there. Police are now looking to see how the collision happened. And President Trump is again suggesting to take over D.C. He mentioned it during a cabinet meeting. Since he took office in January, President Trump has taken shots at the way D.C. is run. Trump was asked about the New York mayoral race. He spoke favorably about the Democratic nominee and said they have, quote, tremendous power at the White House to run places. He then pivoted to saying they could run D.C.
If a communist gets elected to run New York, it can never be the same, but we have tremendous power at the White House to run places when we have to. We could run D.C.
And Mayor Bowser here in D.C., her office declined to comment on those statements. And the Supreme Court now clearing the way for President Trump to continue downsizing the federal workforce. The court overrode the lower court's ruling that temporarily froze the cuts. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was the only dissenting vote. She warns that allowing the Trump administration to downsize the federal workforce will cause widespread cancellations of federal programs and mass layoffs. And passengers at some airports will no longer have to remove their shoes during security checks. The TSA has officially dropped the rule that required passengers to remove their shoes during security screenings after nearly 2 decades. Now officials say new technology means you can keep your shoes on unless additional screening is needed.
I hate it, especially when we don't have any socks on. Right, my feet got to touch the ground, unsanitary. But I heard now there's a change. We can keep our shoes on, so I think that's great.
It's such an inconvenience to take off your shoes every time. It wastes time. And so I think it's really great that now that's going to be an opportunity for everyone.
The requirement was put in place back in 2006, years after a man attempted to go through security with a bomb in his shoe in 2001. And developing now, D.C. police and the FBI are partnering up to offer an increased reward of $40,000 in the deadly shooting of a young man in the district. They're seeking information in last week's shooting of a 21-year-old who is a congressional intern and a rising senior at UMass Amherst. Eric Tarpinian Yakim just joined Congressman Ron Este's office last month. In a statement, the representative from Kansas says Eric had a kind heart and greeted everyone with a smile. Investigators say Eric was not the intended target when he was shot and killed at 7th and M Streets. And in Maryland, a Prince George's County family is hoping their message of heartbreak can save a life. Sharita Criswell was found dead in her Landover apartment Saturday. The 29-year-old's boyfriend, Harry Lindsay, is accused of shooting and killing her during an argument. Criswell's mother sharing a tearful message alongside officers yesterday.
He said, "Ma, I'm sorry and I love you. I love your daughter. I'll never do it again." 4 days later, he killed my baby. They say things that they think we want to hear. But when he tell you he's going to kill you, you need to get away. He's not going to say it just to say it. He's saying it because he mean it.
And Lindsay is facing first-degree murder charges and is being held without bond. A retired D.C. detective is killed in a car crash that happened just a couple miles from his home in Maryland. The driver of the other car is a current officer. Police say alcohol may have played a role and that the officer is now on desk duty. D.C. News Now's Max Marcilla has more on the investigation.
A day after a crash that took the life of a retired MPD detective, the signs are still there. 56-year-old Carlton Herndon retired from the force a few years back. This photo from 2010, when then investigator Herndon was commended for recovering a knife used in a stabbing. Herndon was here trying to cross Route 301 when his car was hit by Anthony Coleman's Ford F-250. Now, the investigation is still ongoing. You can see it's been less than a day since the crash and debris is still here. But so far, state police say Coleman was speeding, and they also believe alcohol was a factor. 34-year-old Coleman has not been charged. He's a Prince George's County officer who was off duty and in his personal car Monday night. In a statement, PGPD says he was placed in an administrative duty status with pay pending the outcome of the investigation. Herndon's family did not want to speak. The heartbreak is still fresh. The signs of the investigation are too. And as we were filming the site of the crash, a driver rolled down their windows and asked if the traffic light is coming. He says crashes here happen way too often, the latest one taking a life. Reporting in Brandywine, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
In Northern Virginia, a Woodbridge man pleads guilty to a deadly shooting near a nightclub 4 years ago. It happened in 2021 outside the Babylon Cafe in Woodbridge. Prosecutors say Travion Johnson was seen on camera firing shots outside the hookah lounge. Kaylin Robinson was shot several times in the parking lot. Detectives say they knew each other and Johnson planned to murder Robinson. And an update to a story we first brought to you over the weekend. Loved ones of a toddler shot and killed in Southeast D.C. are speaking out amid the search for her killer. We spoke to the family of Honesty Cheadle.
Hurt a baby, 3-year-old. Her name is Honesty Cheadle. She was 3 years old. What could she done to anybody?
That's Raymond Cheadle, Honesty's great uncle. He says Honesty was with her father and had just returned from a 4th of July fireworks show when gunshots were fired and she was shot.
The person that did this is a coward to me, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help find him.
Police are still investigating and offering a $25,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and conviction in the case. And devastating new developments in Texas this morning, the death toll topping 100 as officials continue the rescue and recovery efforts. Severe damage also caused by the deadly floods there. The floods damaged a bridge, shifted cars, and even moved a house off from its foundation. The deadly floods are devastating also to a summer camp there. And search and rescue efforts, they continue this morning in Central Texas. The governor says more than 160 people are still missing. Early Friday morning, the wall of water swept people, including dozens of children, miles away. When first responders went out to search for people, they found them clinging to trees and calling for help. But officials say it's been 4 days since they've been able to locate anyone still alive. Tough to listen to there. Swift water rescue teams from Virginia have been sent to help with search efforts. Governor Glenn Youngkin speaking about the tragedy and says first responders jumped in to save his family in Texas.
By the grace of God, my family was safe. I have to say there was moments when they weren't. They ended up being safe during the day.
President Trump and First Lady are planning to visit the region on Friday. All right, let's get a full check on your weather forecast with meteorologist Jackie Lair. Jackie, what do you have in store for us today?
Yeah, well, later on this afternoon, another round of thunderstorms, and these storms will likely contain heavy rainfall. Also, some of the strongest of those storms could contain gusty to damaging winds, and hail is also a possibility. So we do have a slight risk across much of our area. That's 2 out of 5 on that severe scale from the Storm Prediction Center. Flood watches will go into effect at 2 p.m. and that will hold till midnight tonight, and that includes much of the area. So this is day 2 of a flood watch watch for D.C., Northern Virginia, Southern Maryland. Now the flood watch for today expands to include a bit more of the area, even up towards, say, Leesburg, Frederick County, Maryland, even back out towards parts of the Shenandoah Valley and parts of the I-81 corridor in Virginia, too, also included in that flood watch. So we're talking about some of these clusters of storms containing 2-inch-per-hour rainfall rates. We could see that developing later on this afternoon. I would say by noon, though, we're still looking pretty dry out there. That activity really starts to work its way in and really flourish as it moves its way eastward. As we look ahead towards 3 and 4 p.m. this afternoon, we have those clusters of storms popping up, and we're also looking at some heavier rainfall, especially in those deeper reds. We also have some of that magenta color popping up on the screen, and when we see that popping up, that is more of an indication that we do see the possibility of some hail as well. So keep that in mind for later on. But I would say that window of opportunity for some of the strongest of those storms will be between 4 and about 8 p.m. today. I would say by about 8:30 or a little bit after that, which is right around sunset, these storms will start to weaken. But notice how we do see multiple clusters of storms going over the same area, which will also make for that potential for some localized flash flooding. So watch out for that later on. Waking up tomorrow morning, mainly cloudy, some areas of patchy fog, some isolated thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, meaning not quite as widespread as the day today, but we still have some thunderstorm chances for tomorrow afternoon into the early evening before those fade away. That stormy weather pattern sticking around, though, as we look towards the end of the week and into this upcoming weekend, but we're not tracking any washouts, though. Highs today topping out right around 90. It's going to be another hot one. We were already starting off with the sunshine out there right now, which is continuing to really heat things up. But again, later on this afternoon, heating up to right around 90. Feels like temperatures likely near the triple digits when you factor in that humidity, too. Upper 60s to low 70s overnight tonight, and then tomorrow, not quite as hot as the day today. Still likely humid, though. Mid-upper 80s across the area, going with a high of 85 degrees out there for tomorrow for your Thursday. Then as we look ahead towards your Friday, still some storm chances in the forecast, mainly into the afternoon. High temperatures will be just shy of 90 degrees on Friday. So that high of 89, that's seasonable for this time of the year. Much of that 7-day forecast nearly seasonable. We'll be right around 90 degrees both Saturday and Sunday. Both days also have some isolated thunderstorm chances. So for your outdoor plans for the weekend, make sure that you are staying weather aware. But when we're talking about isolated thunderstorm chances, that does not mean it's going to be a washout. So if anything, we're looking at partly sun-filled skies both days and a chance for some storms.
Well, it's been an emotional couple of days for interim manager Miguel Cairo, who is now replacing one of his good friends, Dave Martinez, in leading the Washington Nationals. Cairo took the job after about 24 hours of thinking about it, but it was Martinez who told him to take the job. Tuesday night was his managerial debut with the Nationals, but before the game, he talked to the media about the emotional roller coaster he's been on since Sunday.
Been a rough 48 hours. And it's been hard. And, you know, my best friend, my brother, you know, the guy they bring me over here to help him develop, help this kid win games. You know, it's hard to see him go. It's been tough 48 hours.
And check this out. A very good boy will be back on duty at Dulles Airport this morning. K9 Freddie was attacked last month while working with Customs and Border Patrol. A man kicked Freddie when Customs say he found snake meat in the man's luggage. Since then, there has been an outpouring of support for Freddie on social media. And we're helping stretch your dollar in the district this summer with free movie nights. The mayor's office says there are dozens of films being shown at the parks and rec centers. All movies start at 7. There's free food, drinks, and popcorn, and the schedule runs through September 13th. And are you planning to shop this Prime Day? Well, DC Police, they want to help keep those packages safe. MPD has Amazon lockers at every district station, so you can plan your pickup by ordering your Prime Day purchases right to a DC Police hub. Well, that's all the time we have for you this morning on DC News Now. Stick around for more news and weather coming up on DC News Now at noon.